Hi, ma'am.
Hi. So I'm meeting you the first time. Would you like to begin with a self-introduction?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. So, thank you, ma'am, for connecting me. And my name is Mohammad Tariqul Islam, and I am from Bangladesh. Okay.
Okay.
Recently, I have completed my graduation, and now I'm pursuing a master's degree.
Hmm.
Apart from that, nowadays I am trying to enhance my communication skills. So, I
Okay.
think it's about me, ma'am. Ma'am, are you taking class online?
I take one-to-one training sessions online, but when you connect online, you get more opportunities and more options to access more people, more teachers. So yes, both, but more of online. Yes, I take one-to-one sessions for adult learners online. So do you often have conversational sessions online, like just for practice?
No, ma'am. I just started a video conversation from the YouTube. Okay, so
Okay.
I had I think 7 8 sessions on YouTube.
Oh, so you've been taking some sessions. You have been a part of some sessions. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're connecting from Bangladesh. That's great to know. And why did you want to have a conversation with me?
Okay. So, ma'am, when I scrolled YouTube, then I saw your videos. Okay, so I think your English is really good, and you also are English trainer or English teacher. So I think that if I talk to ma'am, then I can know about how to fluent in English or like something else from
Okay,
ma'am. Okay.
how to become fluent. Okay. Yes, so that is a question that I had in my mind when I began this journey. I have given a lot of activities connected to skills. I focus on skill development. If you just look at all the videos and content on my channel, one is conversational video, the next one is activities for beginners and intermediate learners, then comes mental health. The last portion is about my writing journey and book reviews, my books and the book reviews. So you can practice those activities. There are a number of ways to become fluent. So when I began this journey, I didn't have many people to guide me with skills. You know, when you study in college and schools, everything is connected to the subject or maybe the lessons that we deal with. But there weren't many people to guide me with skills because communication and spoken English is totally different. And I was a literature student. Literature, of course, helps me, but this is something different. So I used many methods. I went for trial and error methods also, but then I discovered certain methodologies that can help the learners. And also, as trainers, we discuss these things during conference and sessions. So that is what I have given on my channel. You can take a look at those. Suppose you need help. Still, if you need help, you can join my one-to-one training sessions. But anyway, before that, do you have any specific experience learning this language? Did you learn this language all of a sudden, or have you been into this journey for quite a long time?
So, ma'am, first of all, I had a desire to learning English. Okay, but that time I was not consistency. Okay,
Okay.
so before 1 year ago, I just thought that I have to fluent in English. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
it was not continuous.
Mm.
I'm not consistent at the time.
Mm.
So
Okay.
after 1 year, then uh, this session I started 2 months back. It's
Okay.
continuously I am learning English. Okay,
Mm.
so that's how I am learning English nowadays.
Okay, good. That's great. So desire is more than enough. I think that's sufficient to meet your needs and to fulfill your goals. And many people speak about desire, passion. Desire becomes passion. And then you said consistency is important. That's true. So any experience that you would like to share here, particularly learning English, because many people are learning English from your country as well. So, any particular experience that you would like to share with the audience or with learners who really want to speak in English?
As I said, I started my journey before 2 months ago. Okay, so at before 2 months ago, I used this kind of audio calls app.
Okay.
So I think at that time I thought it's not suitable for me, okay, because
Hmm.
I couldn't see any improvement uh, at myself. So
Hmm.
after I saw many videos on YouTube channel that they
Hmm.
are talking about you have to do something, that you should do videos on in front of camera, like.
Hmm.
So at that time I thought, well, I should do this, okay. After 2 months, then I started email or many other YouTubers, okay.
Hmm.
Like I message you, then you reply me, and we are like connecting
Hmm.
today's, okay, this.
Okay.
So I think it's really helpful for who is learning English at this time, okay. So I
Hmm.
think it's my new experience
Oh, yes,
that
yes.
when I put people in front of camera, then it
Hmm.
I think it's really help to influence a beginner.
True, yes. So, audio calls, of course, help, as you mentioned, when you come online and face people. Like here, you have windows, and I can see you, you can see me. When you have good speed, when you have a steady network, also, looking at a person and speaking, of course, gives you a different experience. You cannot compare that to the personal physical experience that you have with a person. Like when you meet somebody in person, the experience is different. And many people think that we cannot learn online. It's not like that. You have to put a person through the right methodology. Like you can have mock conversations, then you can have interview skills coaching. It depends on what you really want. Like now, in your case, it's conversation and fluency with the language. That's what everybody wants. So it is possible. And video conference, it gives you more options to look at the person, maintain the eye contact, see the person, and then hear at the same time respond. Okay. So have you noticed any change? Particularly, you said you have been learning and you've started your journey. That itself is great. Beginning a journey is a nightmare for many people. For many beginners, it's a nightmare. How do I start? From where do I start? So, in your case, do you notice any specific change after connecting with YouTubers or after taking sessions online, after having these video conferences?
When I talk to one YouTuber first in my first date, okay, then I started being in front of camera. So at the time, I think I was many fear of in myself, okay. So
Hmm. Okay.
people don't speak for their fear, like
Hmm.
how they judge me, and how should I talk to them, so like that, okay.
Okay.
But after 3 or 4 sessions when I completed, then I can realize that, okay, it's I think it will work for me, because
Hmm.
I can overcome my fear.
Okay. Right.
And after once then when I started my session, then I cannot speak in front of camera, like in front of people, okay. So now I can speak, but not fluent, but I can
Hmm.
speak
You
some
can
sentence
speak.
or some word.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So I think I can see my chances like that.
Okay. Right.
uh, yes, yes, you can, I want to feedback from you.
Okay, so I'm just opening a screen so that everybody can see. Just let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am, I can see the screen.
Okay, so you have been working on the language. That's great. I appreciate that. Now,
Yes,
let
yes.
me write something for you. The first thing, now you have confidence. Great. You are able to speak, which is great. I appreciate that. Many people don't know from where to begin. Now, what is it that you have to work on? Confidence is there, you are able to speak, good eye contact. You're also able to communicate your thoughts. Some people get stuck, but whatever you feel, you're able to communicate. I'm not referring to topics, but you're able to
Yes,
communicate, ma'am, this is my problem, this is what I want to do. Now, the first thing that you have to be careful about in the future, from here you can begin, okay? Of course, you need more practice. When you begin speaking, sometimes you are not able to focus on the past, present, and future. So, shall I give you
okay.
some examples? The first one is
That's it.
I have to fluent is not correct. How can you correct it? Any idea? You're speaking about something that you want to achieve in the future. So there are different ways in which you can tell about what you want to achieve. Okay. So you're telling me
I should
something.
use, yeah,
Yeah.
I should use I will
I will
for the
become fluent. I have to
I will
become
become fluent.
fluent. I want to achieve fluency is also acceptable. I want to become fluent,
Yeah.
but not I have to fluent. Okay,
Yes, yes.
I have to be fluent is also correct. As I mentioned in the previous video, while having a conversation, there are more than 6 ways to convey the same thought. And when you don't know the other ways, it doesn't mean that whatever you don't know or what you know is the only source or is the only path, right? I have to become fluent. Okay. Then the next one is I'm not, consistency is not correct. I'm not consistent.
I'm not consistent.
Or I am consistent, both, whatever you want to convey. So you have something known as a form of the word. We have different forms of the words. Okay, so here we have consistent, consistency, consistently. These are different forms of the same word. So I'm not consistent, but I have been consistent. So if you began something in the past, it has been going on for some time. I have been consistent with sessions for some time. That's why I can notice this change, or I am able to experience a change. So consistent, not consistency. Yeah, consistent.
Sure.
Okay, then I did not notice any improvement. So when you were taking sessions via audio calls, or when you only had audio calls with people, you did not notice much change, or you were not able to experience the improvement. Improvement. Okay, no
Improvement.
improvement at myself is not necessary, but I was not able to experience anything. There was no change. I feel there was no improvement. You can also say there was no progress. I wanted to see the person and communicate. So, more than 5 ways or 4 ways of communicating the same thought. Okay? The next
Yeah,
one
sure.
is, so this is about the tense and the forms of the word. That is where you have to focus. So, focusing is important. The next one is subject verb agreement. It helps, not it help. Now, this
It
mistake can
helps.
be seen, yeah, it can be seen among advanced speakers also, because when you speak, you may not have the time to proofread, and it's okay, it's pardonable. It helps me, okay? Or my
Yes.
friend helps me, because it is singular, it's treated as singular subject, okay? The next one, I was, fear is not correct. I had fear. I experienced fear. Or you can also say, I feared. I feared many things. I didn't know how to speak. I had fear of speaking. So, how to speak about fear? That you can practice today, because that is where you can begin. That's what I did. Speaking about your fear. When you speak about your fear, you're not surrendering, you're embracing that you have fear. When you embrace the fear will become scared. It will start moving away. It's a
Yeah.
subconscious activity. Yes, I have fear. Instead of saying, I don't have fear, I don't have fear, you can say, yes. Then this fear will start dissolving, it will start dissipating and move. It will move away from you. Because your attention is not on the fear, it's on the activity, that is the action. Right? That is simple psychology, nothing else. You can
Yes,
conquer
sir.
any language like that. Okay, the last one is I can realize. So now you have been noticing some change. I realize is simple present tense. I realize that I am able to make sentences now. And the sentences are okay, though I am making many mistakes. I
Yes.
realized this when there was a point when you realized that there was a change. Okay, so either you can say, I realized, that is, you had a point when you had that realization that you have been
Hmm.
making some mistakes and now you're okay. But otherwise, you can say, I realize. Today, I realize. Today, I know. That is a kind of meaning. I'm just typing it for you so that you can see. I realize that I have these problems. Okay. Or I have these changes. I can experience, I can see these changes. Begin with tenses. I'll just mark it for you. Where should you begin? Focus on the tenses. You know all the three tenses, past, present, future. Then, of course, come to the forms. Is the form correct? Like, for example, if you say, I am interested in music, that is different from I'm interesting. When you say I'm interesting, you're speaking about yourself. I am interested in music is your interest in your music in music. I am interested in music. Okay, I'm just closing the window.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I know the tense, but when I speak in front of someone, then I can stuck and I cannot forms that tenses.
Yeah, see, it's not enough that you know. Everybody knows. If I ask you to write, you may make less mistakes. Now you're making a couple of mistakes, maybe more than six mistakes, but when you write, you may make two or three mistakes because you have the time to think. It's not enough that you know. This is a common problem. It is not only your problem. What is
Mhm.
fluency? Fluency is when you're able to focus and use the right grammar. I'm not saying you shouldn't be making mistakes. Of course, you can make mistakes. Native speakers also make mistakes. But what is the purpose? The agenda is to focus and speak, to focus on things that you know and deliver to the best of your abilities. That is skill. So it's not because you don't know the tenses. You know the tenses, but you don't have the
Sure.
practice. But in certain places, you don't know the usages.
I had a question, but you already answered all these questions.
Okay, glad about that. So there are some activities available on my YouTube channel because everything is connected to skills. So first you work on your language. Okay? If you can do
Yes,
it
yes,
on your own, very good. Excellent. Self learning is great because even after coming for the sessions, I will ask you to learn on your own. You don't have to depend on anybody to learn a language because this is my
yes, yes.
experience. You just need guidance. But sometimes, especially today in the digital era, you can be misguided. So learn on your own, but still, if you need help, if you feel that I'm getting stuck, I'm getting confused with certain methods, you can take the help of a mentor or a trainer. Or if there is a teacher who's willing to guide you, that's more than enough. You just need guidance. And we have a lot of books and resources available today that can help you through. But guidance is lacking. That's true. That's very true. So thanks
Yes.
a lot for joining me. And
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind information. Yes, I will definitely work on it.
you begin with focus, tenses, and forms of the words. So if you take the word develop, develop, developing, developed, different forms are there. If you take some
Mm.
other words, you'll have adjective, you'll have noun, you'll have verb, adverb, like that. So you have to get used to the form. So when you speak, you have to focus on everything. It's like this your eyes and mind should go everywhere. Your mind should be focused on everything. Yeah, so
Yes.
when you train your brain to focus clearly, using the knowledge that you already have acquired or all the information that you have acquired, it is much more than you can think. It's much more than artificial intelligence also. Just train your brain to focus and speak. And also at the same time, I suggest that you read a lot. Please read a lot because reading itself will solve 50% of your problems and then 60, 65, 70. It
What
can
kind?
teach you every form of sentence. Yeah.
One more thing. What kind of books that I should read?
You can begin with short stories because stories will have a lot of verbs. You're working on your tenses and forms. Read short stories, 150-page books, 200 pages books are available online. Read aloud. At least one chapter you can read aloud, the remaining you can read in your mind. When you read, look at how they have written the tense, how they have framed the sentences, different sentences, the action words. You're not going to sit and study and dissect because you have to enjoy the story also. After reading a chapter, come back to the chapter and see how they have written the sentences. And in between, you can learn new words. You don't have to learn all the new words, but some good words will be there. So underline that word, use it in your conversation. That's how you learn, right? So thanks a lot, and we'll meet again in the future
Thank you so much.
whenever you have time. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.